I bet you're wondering about the title, aren't you? I don't blame you. I love you, goodbye. Well, first of all, I have to credit the artist who used that as a song title. In fact, the theme of the song. You might remember Thomas Dolby's big hit from the mid 1980s, She Blinded Me with Science. He also has a record out called Astronauts and Heretics, and one of the songs on that album is called I Love You, Goodbye. But of course, I think you've already guessed the meaning. I've got to get off of YouTube. That's my choice, not YouTube's, thankfully. But I can no longer upload videos. Cheers. Schmalzler Franzl from Bernard's, awfully good. Very glad I've got a couple of tins of this. Well, I want to explain to you why I will not be uploading any more videos to this channel and why I need to back off on snuff taking and all of that. There are three reasons, and from most important reason to least important reason it goes like this. First of all, since starting this channel in 2003, late 2003, I have spent, I estimate, close to $4,000 on nasal snuff accessories, pipe tobacco, and pipes, thinking I was also going to review pipes. For a while, I tried to do the Swedish snus thing. The problem with that is that Swedish snus has a shelf life, so I can't stock up, even with a snus fridge. Which I have. I mean, I've got a little refrigerator right behind me, and I still have some snus, probably 3-4 years old now. I'm going to presume it's still relatively fresh. But the point is, I don't use it. I don't use up the snuff as fast as I can buy it, the pipe tobacco as fast as I can buy it. And what happens is, I will go out and spend $5 or $6 for a tin or a tap box, and I will use it for the review and take 3 or 4 good pinches for the average review, and then I put it aside. I shelve it. Because there are other snuffs I need to try and review and so on. As a result, I now have more snuff than one man could logically be able to consume in 3 lifetimes. And that's not an exaggeration. I've got some snuff. I have enough powdered tobacco to be buried in, and that is not an exaggeration. In my casket, there'd probably be enough room for me, my dead body, and the rest of the snuff could be filled right up to the rim with nasal snuff. Actually, might be a good way to go. Instead of being embalmed, I'll just have them cover me with nasal snuff, and it will mummify me. That'll be cool. But I really don't know what to do with all the snuff I have. And before you start asking that I send it to you, I would. But I've got to consult a lawyer first to draw up an release from liability contract before I send any of this stuff out. Because I would not be sending out sealed containers, I would just be terrified that somebody would get a sinus infection or something and then turn around and try to sue me. I don't have that much money. I could not mount a legal defense against a lawsuit. So, much less pay damages from a lawsuit. So I'm very reluctant to give away my opened tins to other people. And I've explained that already, but there might be some way. But I really don't know. So that's the first reason. I just can't put $5 a tin into snuffs that I'm only going to take 3 or 4 pinches of before they go on the shelf. Secondly, and second in importance, you deserve much better production values than I can provide for you. I make these videos with an autofocus camera in a fixed location, so I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm in frame or not. I'm illuminated just by a couple of halogen lamps in the ceiling. So I know the lighting isn't good. There are no fancy graphics, exciting visuals. I don't even dress up for these frickin' things. What you see is who I am. And while that has value, it's not very visually interesting, and I understand that. Also, I would like to do a lot better on the audio. And right now, unless I can get the help of a technician in here to help me wire things up correctly, I still can't do that either. I am not set up for podcasting. I am not set up for making videos for YouTube. I just use the same camera I would use on Skype calls in the same place here in the dank basement. Not very interesting, visually, I mean. I hope the content is interesting, but man, I don't know. If I were watching this, I'd be bored to death by the lack of exciting and fun visuals. So maybe someday I'll be able to get my fikis into one bundle and, maybe we can do something a little more professional, but for the time being, I just can't do that. Third and final reason is, let's face it, there are lots of nasal snuff reviewers on YouTube. And I've never thought of myself as competition. I've always thought of it as cooperation in the snuff-taking community. And I really think it is, or at least I did, until one prominent snuff reviewer, there's pretty strong evidence that he bought some of his subscriptions. And there are reviewers who come out with their own range of snuffs. There's obviously a profit motive in there, and I'm not doing any of that. But there are great reviewers on YouTube, really great snuff reviewers. And you know who they are, Sniffly Simp. I always call him Sniffly Simp by accident, and it's, honest to God, it is an accident. Simply Snuff has some great videos. Snooze at Home, Snuff Man. The list just goes on and on. Olfactory Snuff, Uncle Phil's Cellar. Let's keep going. Some of the guys from back in the day whose videos you can still find, such as Mr. Michael Snuff, Tony Snuff, Tobacco Lassie, Masked Hedonist, Smoking SE70, Happy Smoking 100, and on and on and on. Michael, who went as Kentucky Snuff, had some great reviews back in the day. By the way, belated birthday, Michael. Belated happy birthday. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, Michael's a great guy. Kentucky boy. And so there's lots of good snuff reviewers you can watch on YouTube. But I'm not going to be one of them after today. Unless, of course, you're looking at my back catalog of videos. And there are 700 of them or something. So there's plenty to watch if you want to dig deep into my channel. I'm sure you'll find something to watch. It has been a lot of fun, guys. I have really enjoyed doing these snuff reviews for you over the last 9 years. I have enjoyed the friendships I have made. Please continue to write me if you'd like with your snuff-taking questions at unclesquinty@gmail.com. Now, let's talk about the comments section again. Thank you to all the people who offered me help and ideas on how to fix my problem. The problem is this: on YouTube videos, if I attempt to go down to the comments section, I am able to read perhaps 1 or 2 comments, can't reply to any of them, and then the computer just freezes up. Screen goes dark, no keyboard response, computer doesn't respond, computer stops talking. If I try to hit Alt-Control-Delete just to close the browser, nothing happens, and I have to cold reboot the machine, which is a process that takes about 20 minutes. It's very frustrating because I cannot communicate with you through the comments section, and I really want to. And everybody gave me wonderful suggestions, and I followed all of them. Especially Mr. Burnett. I did clear my cache. I did clear my history. I did temporarily turn off memory managers. I replaced Edge with Chrome as a browser. Firefox is not usable by blind people anymore. Thank you, Mozilla, or whoever bought Firefox. It's just garbage now compared to what it was. I'm still not quite used to using Chrome, but I'm getting there. Chrome, as recently as 3 years ago, if you were blind, you had to install an extra helper app or an extension called ChromeVox. Otherwise, Chrome would not play nice with available screen readers. They've solved all that. It's very blind accessible now. But even so, even with Chrome, I can't utilize the comments section on YouTube, or it just goes away. So so it's been tough. But you can always write to me at unclesquinty@gmail.com, and I do appreciate it. Guys, I am always available to you. I'm available. If you send me an email first, we can arrange a phone call if you miss hearing my voice. I can give you advice generically about different snuffs, give you my opinions, talk about tastes and stuff anytime. unclesquinty@gmail.com. And again, I thank you very much. And as the title says, on this April 1st, 2023, I love you. Goodbye.